Alright, so real quick, just finished work not too long ago. About to head home now. Today was actually kind of special because I picked up today, and it was very unexpected. Um, I don't think they expected me to pick up this shift. Um, so I don't think they had a whole bunch of things planned out. So I think what they started to do is because I picked up the shift, they got mad and was just like, "All right, we're gonna just blast the left side of his brain while he on that shit. He's not supposed to be working today. He's not supposed to be making more." And I'm like, they going extra hard right now because I'm thinking to myself like, um, I'm thinking to myself like, they never really attack the left side of my brain like the way they're doing like right now. Most of the time, when I feel them attacking my brain, it's always the right side. But today, they shifted their focus to attacking the left side. Um, right now, it feels like there's a frequency that is resonating right here, and it's like stimulating. I don't know if it's stimulating some nerves or if uh, it might just be passing through the skin and bone and going directly into stimulating like some brain tissue because I feel a pulse right here. Um, what else? Also, yes, it was definitely very challenging because when I work, I have to use my location services and I have to use the Bluetooth. So that basically increases the phone's radiation output, exponentially. Um, but I'm all right though. For the most part, I know whenever they are attacking me, it doesn't matter where I'm at outside. They have at least three sources of electromagnetic fields to pull from. They have the battery from the bike, and I can usually tell when they're pulling from the battery of the bike because the battery starts to slow down and jerk a little bit, even if the meter shows that the battery is like full or it has more than enough energy or charge rather. Aside from that, they pull. Okay, so let's say if I take my wallet out, right here, because even though my debit card is in this even though my debit card is in this, they can still transmit energy from the card because of the chip that's inside the card. Remember, the chips inside of your debit cards basically are like little tiny converters. They convert the energy from radio frequencies in the air into an electrical current. So then when you go to tap it, that's why you don't necessarily have to actually even bring the card that close to the machine because it's I think it's like constantly using energy or whatever because the card has to be ready for when you want to tap. So it's like I think it's constantly always converting energy, or converting the radio frequencies into energy. So yeah, the chips in your cards, they basically use those as an energy source where they can, streamline that electric current into whatever frequency they have resonated within your body, and then they can, just heat you up that way. And then obviously you have the cell phone. It doesn't matter if you have your cell phone on or off. It doesn't matter if it's on airplane mode or not. It doesn't matter if you have your Wi-Fi or Bluetooth and all these things on. The only difference is when you have all these different features on and when the phone is on, all it really means is that your phone is going to output more radiation. And the more radiation your phone outputs, then that's how much more radiation they can convert into a wireless transmissible form of an electric current to be able to go into your body. I wish I had a microscope that can see into the nano size. I don't know. Maybe I might buy a microscope one day. But yeah, I honestly believe that we did. Oh man, I just saw my train down there. That's my train. You think I could make it? Let me see. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can make it. I just saw my train. I don't think I ever seen my train downstairs. I thought it was a D. Alright. I thought it was the D train. Alright. Anyway, I got it down here pretty fast though, didn't I? That's the upsides I think about having my job is because I'm constantly always moving, and I think that's one of the better things. As long as I focus on my breathing and I'm like pedaling and everything, I think I'm like, I don't know, I'm like finding ways to expel some of that energy that they try to store up into my flesh, because that's what all this generally is the pains and everything that you're feeling. They're storing excess amounts of energy into your tissues. Not only that, they can also route data through your tissues too. So like, I realized that if someone had, let's say, some information about something and they wanted to, let's say, secretly, they wanted to secretly transmit this information, right? Because your brain is linked up to the cloud, and just about your entire body is its own full blown electrical circuit. Oh man, I just realized I want to go to the store once I get out. So I gotta get the back of the train. Anyway, I found information that says that you can basically use near infrared lasers and a number of other different devices to basically route information through people's tissue using the nanorobots, which I still have yet to really prove, but there's hardly any other way that most of this stuff can be plausible without something already in the body that can work as numerous antennas and transmitters and receivers besides just the nerves. I mean, to send the information that they're basically storing or that they want from your body, they need something to transmit it out. So that's why I believe that, to this point, I could believe that we all have nanorobots inside of us, or at least some type of artificial neural network. What else? Yeah, there's just a lot of energy on the left side of my head right now. Oh right, and I also wanted to tell people to actually consider looking into the what is it? Basically, I have come across some information that stated there's like um, three possible ways that can basically destroy or deactivate nanorobots inside the body. One of them was the frequency of 20 kilohertz, converted into hertz, that's 20,000 hertz. And I've actually tried listening to 20,000 hertz on YouTube. I listened to it, and I could definitely feel. I mean, some people may not be able to hear it, but it does. It's fine if you can't hear it. You're not really going to hear it because 20,000 hertz is basically the highest that most adults can hear. Most adult humans can hear. So, among other things, it was something about what the 20,000 hertz can do. I know I posted it before. It should be in writing. I posted it online before, so it should be in text for you to read. The other thing was the color violet, or using like ultraviolet light. For whatever reason, because violet is supposed to be the highest frequency color, and it has a frequency. What does it say? It says it has a frequency range of between 700 nanometers to 2,500 nanometers. And with that being said, it was something about the color violet. Even when I think about the color violet, or if I see the color violet, I feel what I can only describe as little, not like explosions, but what can I say? Okay, so if you've done any reading about how nanorobots are supposed to work in the body, they position themselves next to neurons and near your synapses so they can basically leech off of the electrical activity going on in your body. For whatever reason, whenever I see the color violet or think the color violet, it feels like, I think I can almost say I can feel the nanorobots deactivated. It's something about it's something about the frequency of the color violet and how it interacts with some nanorobots, not all nanorobots. Something about DNA-based nanorobots. That's what it was. DNA-based nanorobots have some weird negative relation to the color violet. But anyway, aside from that, I'm trying my best to get out whatever I know and all of my experiences, because based on what these shadowers and the handlers are telling me, there's a lot of people in New York City that basically want to see me either go to prison or end up dead. And it's mostly because they're all protecting the people that we probably should be getting rid of, right? You know, there's a lot of people in this world that's being saved when they don't deserve it, right? But you know what? I just try to master my own peace, and then try to help others master their peace, because, you know, we can't necessarily save everybody. You know, they want me to feel some type of fear and doubt and everything. They're like, oh, he won't save his mother. Oh, he's setting up his girlfriend. Me talking about fighting for human rights from a technocratic society that is basically going full-fledged coup over the entire world in every government and almost every civilization that there is that's somewhere in the vicinity of a large number of radio frequencies or towers or hell, electricity in general. They want me to feel like I'm doing something wrong. They're like, you're messing with people's livelihoods. And here's the thing. If people want to augment themselves, that's perfectly fine. The thing I don't like is how you're going to mess with someone else's peace, right? How you're going to come on to someone else's life and enforce your will onto someone, telling them, if you don't do what we tell you, we're going to basically make your life a living hell, right? And then it's so unfair because unlike most other circumstances, whenever maybe a group of people show up in front of you or something, you at least have the ability to have take a mental image of what they look like, and then I don't know, if you want to pursue them, you can do so. But in this case, I myself, I kind of actually don't even really care that much about all the regular gang stalking, like the street theaters and all. I probably actually don't even really care that much about all that. My upstairs neighbors, I don't know what they doing. I normally mind my business about what neighbors are doing, but once you start becoming the noisy neighbor and you're making all this commotion, dragging heavy equipment across the floor at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, and sound like there's a pressing machine, and I don't know, I don't know what they got up there, but they be quiet most of the day. Then all of a sudden you hear heavy metal machinery being dragged across the floor, but you don't ever hear construction sounds. It just be all these loud thumping sounds and sound like people walking around in Timberland boots. I don't know. So, but yeah, I normally just try to mind my business and just get along, right? But I don't know, they're disrupting my sleep though. They're disrupting my sleep. And then that makes it hard for me to just be able to handle normal stuff, like handling, a 7-year-old boy and being able to have energy to go help my mother, helping my girlfriend with her ascension process, and wanting to just have energy to do things with my sister or whatever the case. It's crazy because it always seems like they time when they want to start doing all these things, and they time when they want to start making all this noise, because it's always like they wait until I'm about to go to sleep, and then that's when they want to make noise. It's like I don't know what it is, because I mean we only been in this building since August, but it seems like nobody else in the building complains about it. Usually anytime there's something like that, there's probably a lot going on. But anyway, alright, I'm gonna end it there. As always, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.